Can you hear me? Oh, you can. That's good. That's good. I'm back up near Corrour today. With a couple of different plans. Nothing particularly nailed down. I was having a look at my Munro map on Walk Highlands, and I saw that one of the ones that's missing is Stob Ban in the Grey Corries, which I don't believe I've done. So I thought I'd head out this way and see if I could maybe take it in. I've had a lot of knee trouble recently. It's been very painful walking, even short distances. So my chances of getting out have been pretty limited. I've been managing to cycle okay, but walking's been very painful. So I'm taking the usual tablets, anti-inflammatories, painkillers and the like, just to get me out here. So I didn't film the first section. I've done that in a previous video where I climbed Stob Ban. If I can work out how to put a link in, I'll do that. I might reuse some of the drone footage from there, just to give you a wee flavour of it on the way in. So if you've seen some drone footage on the way in here, that's where that came from a previous visit. It's about 2 kilometres to drop down here to Loch Treig, and then I'm going to come up the Lairig Leacach, which is a pass that takes you through to Spean Bridge. Coming out the other side, you can go to Spean Bridge or Roy Bridge. I think it might be Spean Bridge that, if I can do this, I'll end up there. Timings wise, if I have enough time, I don't think I'm going to have enough time today because I was late getting away. So there is a bothy somewhere along the pass. I've got a tent with me, got a small tent. If I get the chance to use the bothy, then I will, because it's one that I've never been to before. But if the bothy's busy or my knee starts playing up or something and I've got to maybe camp somewhere else, then I've got the tent here. So if I get to the bothy area tonight, within the next couple of hours, then probably spend the evening there, and if possible try and do Stob Ban in the morning and then walk out and catch the train tomorrow evening. If my legs aren't up to it, then I'll just miss out Stob Ban altogether and just do the walk out to the other side. Total length for that, if it's just an end to end from Corrour, is about 16 miles. Also going to have a look and see whether this is bikeable. Certainly this part is, but the section up to the bothy, I've got a new electric bike which I would like to put through its paces, and this might have been a good place for it. Getting on the train might have been a bit tricky today. The trains were absolutely chock-a-block. Middle of the tourist season, and I'd forgotten just how busy those trains get. You have big tour groups coming over, and maybe coach tours. They get dropped off at one place. They get the train, and then they get picked up at the other end of the journey. So it was pretty busy. Anyway, we're following the railway here. That nipped. Following the railway here, down towards the loch. I'll catch up with you there. I think that's Stob Ban over there. Peak that stands itself. You can make it out in the haze. Coming into view down there is Loch Treig, which we've got to skirt round and cross over to get to the pass. I think I was last here about 10 years ago. Me and my mate Jim came here. It was the middle of winter and we were trying to get to a different bothy. Just a day trip, just to sort of up and walk out to it. But with the short day, I'd just had a knee operation not long before, so we didn't quite get to it. I think it was Stoneig bothy. So I recall coming here down to this bridge. It was quite impressive in the middle of winter. We followed the track round a bit and then cut off towards the bothy, but we didn't quite make it, which was unfortunate. I'm hoping we've got better luck with this one. Dragonflies there. Aye. Always gives you confidence in the bridge when you see things like this. Carry on round this end of the loch. Nice place to stop for a view. Up the loch, really nice. But the midges are horrendous. Look at that. building's been crushed by a fallen tree right through the roof. This is as far as I've been before. The last time I was here, I think we went up the side of this burn, looking for the bothy. Just you can see a faint path taking you up there. But we're carrying on over here. Ran 15 miles. Garriston, 18 mile, Droghett and Anakin, 12 mile. Let's get going. This was. Ferns. You know, just hate them. Tick heaven right there. Oh well. I had second thoughts about that. There's actually two paths. There's one up the left side of the burn, one up the right side of the burn. And just after looking at the map, I think this one on the left might be the more straightforward, although they both look a bit difficult in parts. But anyway, I'm taking this one now. Here, there's a couple of these marked on the map. Water levels are fairly decent and the rocks are dry, as long as there's no wobbly ones. Should be alright. Oh, superb. I've still got about another 4 kilometres to go before I reach the bothy. Hopefully an hour or so should do that. It's now 5 to 7, so see how things go. This is an absolutely beautiful glen. Down the bottom, the burn, lined with alder trees, and it's just a really nice place. Getting a bit more rugged as I go up. I don't know if you can see that. There's alder trees coming down that re-entrant there. Fantastic. Nice evening, bit of sunshine. It's cloudy up where I'm going right enough. See a bit of cloud ahead, but behind me, just what a nice night. This place is it's getting quite rugged now. Going wise, it's taken me maybe about 15 minutes or so to cover maybe just under a kilometre. There's just a constant ascent now. Combine that with a bit of bog trotting. You're never going to get great speed up here. But, the weather's nice, so I might as well enjoy it. That was fun. I lost about 15 minutes there. The DJI mic pinged off my bag. I could not find it. Had a search about and eventually I could see that it was still registering on the screen. You get a little sort of microphone symbol, and when there's noise going into it and the Bluetooth's connected, then you get that symbol going. So I could see it was still there. So wandering up and down, eventually I found it just on the log bridge. It had fallen between the log and the rock. So glad I got it back, because they are not cheap. Anyway, it's now 8:10 and probably about half an hour to go now due to my little detours. The path looks as if it improves a bit further up. time to get the head down and go for it. Yep, that's me almost here. And I'm getting eaten alive with midges. It's took about 4.5 hours to get here. I'll be glad when I'm inside. Oh, jeez, there's metal there. Oh, I think somebody's out playing with the midges. Right. I'm getting out here. Stob Ban there. There's a path up. I'll have a look at the map and see whether I can do that in the morning. Change in the weather today. I was shearing last night with our family from the Czech Republic, so I didn't do any filming in the bothy. It's a bit grim this morning. I know there's supposed to be some rain early on, so I'll maybe hang about and see if it clears off and have a go at Stob Ban before walking out to Spean Bridge. The midges were absolutely horrendous last night. I'm glad I was in the bothy. They were really unbearable outside.
You're the only girl got a hold on me. Take me by the hand, never let me.
Tried to let the rain die down a bit, so that's me heading off now. I'm heading up to Stob Ban. It's looking a bit grim up here. I'm not going to carry all this gear, I'm going to stash it somewhere. It's all in a dry bag. I'll get that put away so that I've got quite a light load, and then I'll head up. Looks like I missed the turn off for the path up to the ridge. So it's 10 minutes wasted there and 10 minutes back. Let's see if we can find it. You can just see there's a small cairn there. You can See the line of the path now, completely missed it on the way up. Quite easy to get fooled with this path. The main path is the one to the Munro, and it's not. It's actually here, just found from where I left my gear. And I'll just show you the cairn. There you go, cairn's there. There's the bridge. Let's get going. 156 metres to go. About 100 metres of ascent. Okay. To get here. It's about 12 o'clock now, so I'm going to head back down. Hopefully it won't take as long, because I was absolutely struggling coming on the way up, but it is quite steep, so I have to take care on the way down. Time to head back to the bothy and get something to eat. I didn't notice this earlier. On the way up, I took this path here. There's a cairn there, just a tiny wee cairn, and a faint path going off in this direction. And if you follow that, instead of going over the top of the hill, it actually skirts around about it, so it saves you a bit of ascent. It's more noticeable when you're coming off the hill. You can actually see it. It's quite a deep scar cut into the side of the hill, but it's very easy to overlook on the way up. I think this is a slightly different path on the way down as well, because on the way up I was just down there. There was a quite a distinctive tree which I passed, so I'm now coming up above it, which is quite a nice path for the descent. Because the weather's cleared now and it's a lot nicer view. You can actually see something. So it looks as if there's a couple of little variations on paths. They can be quite tricky to find. be a bit slippy, so I've got to take care. Me back down at the track, only an hour and 10 minutes to get back down to here. That's a lot better than the ascent. So that's my gear over there, I'll grab it and then go down into bothy, grab something to eat. I'm going to have peri chicken. Last night it was chicken tikka and it was pretty good. Wayfarer meal, so I'm going to have the rest of this stuff. I'll put a bit of hot chocolate first. While I'm waiting on my lunch getting ready, I'll show you some of the gear that I've brought in with me. I've used most of it. Looks a lot when it's spread out, but I think the only thing that I haven't really used was the tent, which I would have used if the bothy had been too busy or if I had to stop elsewhere. But I'll give you a look at the gear. So starting off over here, I've got the rucksack. It's an Osprey Ether Pro 70 litre. That's 70, yeah, that's a 70 litre. I was able to, when I was going up the top, I was able to take this bit off and dump all the stuff, so it made it a bit lighter, which is still heavier than a normal sack that you would take up, but better than taking the whole thing. The red bag is for rubbish and things like that. I've got the GPS and a phone, paper map, midge repellent, toilet kit, a trowel, Leatherman tool. This bag here is like the battery pack and charging cables and things. I've got first aid kit and the drone. I had sun cream, which was ambitious. I did use some yesterday. Head torch, which turns into a lamp. The flex tail to blow up the sleeping mat. Odds and ends, as it says on the bag. Just sort of knickknacks that come in handy occasionally. There's a lighter in there and a magnifying glass and things like that. That was a thermocell, which I didn't find to be that effective last night. It's been effective before, but I think that pad had been open for too long. And given that I was in here, I didn't really bother with it. It's a wash kit. This is camera gear, the battery pads and the like. That's an inflatable pillow. Bag for the camera gear. GPS goes in here and the glasses go in here. Hip flask, water bottle, cup. Seaty Summit bowl with lid. Spoon. The OEX Takana, which has gone up considerably in price. I seen one the other day and it was nearly 90 quid. I had it mine for about 30. Water bottle, or a second water bottle. I normally have one which I use for purifying and another one that I'll transfer it across to for drinking. I only ever usually carry one at a time. I've got some gloves in here, Thermarest, Neo Air, dry layers. This is for doing dishes, dish towel, washing up liquid. That was my sleeping bag. It's not a snug pack, it says it on there it's a snug pack, but it's not. I'm using a snug pack bag because it's really good. That is a dry, that's like a fleece. That's a tent. And that's a dry bag that I use for the inside of the rucksack, which is now covered in dead midges, which is nice. And a bag of food as well. And that was a reading for last night, which is, I've read a few of his books before, John D. Burns, quite enjoyable. But lunch should be ready now. Very quick look at the inside of the bothy. So you've got 2 sleeping platforms there. It can be quite tricky getting down that in the middle of the night. And then we've got this area here for cooking. There was a fire, didn't have to use it last night because it was fairly warm. And the washing line. Anyway, grab a quick lunch as I laid about here by 2 o'clock. Towel comes in handy because that meal is absolutely roasting. Peri peri chicken, diced chicken in a spicy tomato sauce with cooked basmati rice. It's a bit sort of, bit more, I wouldn't say stodgy, but not as nice as the chicken tikka. The rice just seems very clumped together, whereas the chicken tikka was a bit more saucy. Yeah, the chicken tikka was a bit more saucy, a bit more liquid in it. This is quite stuck together, like just a mass. But I'm not going to complain. Everything tidy. Door locked, and we're off. Would you not believe it? It's clear as a bell up there. Look at that. Somebody's having a laugh with me. Up there is Corrour Ince, and on the right hand slope there's a dark patch. It looks as if it's been cut out. It's like a guard post or something. I'm going to have to have a look on the maps and things and see if I can find what that is. It looks as if it's been excavated. It's probably not, but compared to the path I was on yesterday, this is like a motorway. It's, the going's fairly easy here. You're not having to pick your steps every couple of seconds. I mean, it is rough. Certainly easy going on a mountain bike. But a far different experience from yesterday. That wasn't a bad descent up there. As we come round here, the path starts to drop. It's now a descent pretty much all the way to Spean Bridge now. Well, certainly to the road. So the going should be a bit better. I left myself 3 hours 20 minutes between leaving the bothy and getting to the train because I was really slow yesterday. But I think I might have a bit of spare time at Spean Bridge if I'm lucky. I wonder if there's a pub there.
All I wanna be is all you need. There's so much more to see. We could board a bus or a southbound train. Find a little town no one knows our name. We can turn around, come back again. Anything to escape the rain. Anything to escape the rain. All that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are. Wake up to the burning sun. Take me by the hand, lovers on the run. I just wanna be forever young. This love won't come undone. This love won't come undone. All that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are.
Loving those trees up there. Absolutely beautiful. I'm fitting through here. I think I'll have to go through the big gate. There's a statue of the wee minister. I seen this years ago when I come up here to do the Grey Corries. And there's a wee thing about it there. So you can put donations in and they go to the Loch Mountain Rescue Team. My knee's really starting to nip now. Those are my feet. That's just slowing me down a bit. Almost out of the woods. Not quite. It can be hard going. This, oh, there we go. This kind of surface can be hard going on your feet. Over on the other side of the hills there, on the other side of Glenroy, you may be able to see a straight line across the side of the hill. That's what's known as one of the parallel roads. So the parallel roads were the remnants of the last ice age, and they show the water level. At various times the water dropped down. There's a couple of different parallel roads. And as the ice receded and the water dropped down, this was all underwater, and that shows you the different levels of the water surface as it dropped down. Quite an interesting feature. I don't believe they're found anywhere else. So Glenroy is quite well known for that. I'm absolutely shattered. That last section I had to do about just over 3 miles. I had to jog part of it, fast walk for the rest, couldn't stop for the whole time, and I've made it with 15 minutes to spare. I'm going to go and see if the pub's open. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll get you another video up soon. Cheers.